So you've probably heard of a guy called Pirate Software. He's pretty sick. He's all over YouTube Shorts. I've come across another one of his various shorts as I was just wasting my time away. And he said, hey, if you're in a creative field of work, or if you're doing something creative, that could be writing, video editing, recording the video like I am right now, your job might be a marketer, or anything else you can imagine that involves creativity. Play the beginner's guide to get motivation. It's really important. So if you clicked on this video, I assume, just like I am right now, you're feeling unmotivated. Well then, all I gotta say is welcome to the beginner's guide. The only thing I know about this game is the name and what Pirate Software has said. That being said, I'm just gonna begin. I don't think I need anything else. Please make sure the audio is on. By the way, this is from the same people that made Stanley Parable. That's okay. I know something. That's it. But it's insane because I remember playing Stanley Parable when it was on.
Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
Thank you.
My name is Davey
no problem.
Reedon. I wrote the Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Koda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Koda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
It is.
You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Koda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Koda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Koda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together. Is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Koda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Koda's first proper game.
Let's do it.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay. So, first one. Ooh. What the hell? I'm digging this right now, the sudden change in audio. The reverb. I forgot the creator's name already, but Stanley Parable was one of the most unique experiences of my life. I got emotional by some of the endings, and feels like there's another one coming. Whoever this creator is, they know what they're doing. But okay, let's focus on Koda now. Oh my god! Woo! God damn!
This game is called Escape from Whisper.
Right.
And it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Koda.
That was an escape. Whisper machine status active. Evacuate immediately. Warning. Oh my god. Where do I go? I can shoot. Is this also in the source engine, dude? I guess we can't go here. Oh yeah, no. Hear the fire? What the hell, dude? I was not ready for that. Holy moly. So when 2008, right? Okay. Yeah, this is the Scream source engine. Then again, it's also very unique looking. Like this, his first game ever.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For
Yeah.
instance, you have this gun.
Look at the lighting.
You'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then
Yeah.
clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Yeah, I noticed.
But ultimately, we don't really
And I just
know.
ran out of
Maybe
bullets,
Koda
okay.
thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather
Okay.
than for what they're not.
What they are? Well, what the hell is this game then?
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh yeah. I love it too. I mean, should we talk about how the game makes us feel maybe? Would that be it? Because it felt pretty scary. I can tell you that. And like for his first game, I don't know if this is
Apparently, the space station has a labyrinth on it.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know. There's
All
really
right.
no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past.
No. All right, thank you. Kind of wanted to do it.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
All right. I was gonna say the lighting, like, even though it's his first game, I mean, look at it.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all.
Okay.
That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
My body.
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Would you give yourself?
Don't do it, god damn it. Do I even have a choice? Is what I'm interested in. But screw it. Let's end the whisper. Oh, there you go.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Koda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Okay. Bam. Whoa. Game development right there. And the whisper is
beam
back.
causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Koda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
I really do wonder, November 2008. The past was behind her. Uh-oh. Hello? This is the past? I can't move right now. I can jump? But like, what was he attempting to do there? I don't get it yet. Okay.
So try walking backwards. Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Oh my god, really? Okay. Can only walk backwards. Never ever in any video game, never ever. What in the hell?
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Koda is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Why does the future keep changing? Well, I don't know. Maybe because I'm going to different directions, right? Changing the way I'm going. So that's why when she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Brother. This is already like such a simple idea. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength? But like he knocked it out of the park with the... to confront it. With the execution.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Right. Yeah, even with me mumbling around, that was quick. And guess if you're a fan of Fog of War, you are now entering. Apparently, maybe a haunted mansion. Uh-oh.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
What in the hell kind of a setup is that? Oh my god. Nonsense.
Oftentimes, Koda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
I'll look it over there.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Alright. Uh-oh, we're slowing way down.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. Okay. So why, if Koda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. Whoa. Hello? You can feel the chairs except one chair is floating. You start in a small room until you realize you can
that's warm,
just walk through the walls.
Nice, and filled with little ideas for games.
Or a gate. A button you press to stop the chaos. That doesn't work.
Koda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
I think this one, it could be nice. Ready, Set, Fish, 2009. February, we're already a year out, I guess. Alright, so far no.
Well, this is new for Koda. It's an actual puzzle.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Whoa, that was crazy, dude. Hello? I don't want to get in here. Please don't close. What? Oh, that was not the ending of the puzzle, was it? Shut it down. This design, I don't know if it does anything. I guess we can just like do this. Nope. Maybe from the left side. Can't get behind the door. I mean, maybe. Uh-oh. Son of a bitch.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Okay.
We're gonna see it a lot.
Okay. Whoa, that's weird. Hello? I look shocked. Oh. Anyhow. Now I think this is orange. It was a different color before. Walk through another door.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Oh god, I'm scared. Also, I guess the music is from this game particularly. Like, they actually composed this music after, because if Koda wrote all this, I'd be surprised. But okay, I'm pressing enter now. Whoa. Brother. Got green. We got red over there.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
Yeah.
I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior.
Right,
and
yeah.
In this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To feel, right? To enjoy? You are now exiting. Alright.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Koda believes his games are connected somehow.
Right.
It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
The great and lovely descent. Oh, we are descending. Look at that.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Koda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines,
yeah,
Source
look
has
at the
certain
table.
things that it
Look at
does
everything.
well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
Yep.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Koda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms.
What?
It's just because he's working with what the engine does well.
That he does, yeah.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Koda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at the architecture for sure. Is there anything in that room? I definitely want to crowd jump, especially because this is in Source Engine, but the development gods have taken that ability away from me, so what can I do? And this is the type of player I am, by the way. I just look at every nook and cranny if I can. And here we are again, getting abstract. Whee! Whee. Okay, we got the orange box. There we go. My favorite. Let's see if there's any fall damage. We're in for a surprise. Here we go. Oh. Okay. No fall damage. Can I just... I mean, I could just forego all of this. Boom. Ah, lovely. And we're descending even more. The lovely descent. Lovely and what was it now? Damn. What even is this? Like... The lighting's all weird. Oh. It's a farm from the Matrix, prison. This game scared me once. Oh no. Boxy corridor, right? Why'd I go in there? I don't even know. Just kind of. I didn't have to go in there. Oh no. He's taking me for a ride right now. Don't do it, Koda. Okay. Can go in there. No, I don't want to go to the cage. Please. Please let me go. I guess I got no choice.
This prison, funny enough, in Koda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Please, yeah.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Right.
There wasn't.
I mean, I usually talk a lot, as you've noticed in this video. I just want to kind of feel the game right now. And hope to bring you in for the ride, but the 3 dots again, the shocked face. That's just an artifact? Does it mean something? Not sure.
It's the puzzle again.
It is.
With the exact same solution as the last time.
That is interesting. I'm just doing the exact same thing that I just read.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Koda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
I mean, what I've noticed is... Yeah, sure, we're doing the same thing over and over again, but what's happening in between those is so wildly different and interesting that it just flows well. And okay, before getting in here, I guess you're like going into a very different, very bizarre thing, and then you see that puzzle. Oh, familiar. I know this thing. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. It resets. And then you're ready to step out of the door and witness whatever you're gonna witness. And apparently we're gonna witness this today. You there! Did you come up from above?
Here, Koda begins using
What was
a
up
kind
there?
of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there was these floating colored blocks. What is this? Bruce Lee, don't concentrate on the finger, or you will miss all that heavenly glory. I mean, I guess I'm gonna say the colored blocks was kind of fine. I did a little parkouring. That's the world above. You've been there. Now, this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. I'd prefer not to tell you. After all, we've only just met. This is better than Starfield right now. I'm sorry. It's just... Oh man, I think Bethesda should play this game too. I gotta go with 3. I just met you. My whoever you are you my friend? What are you? What? But you don't understand. We're trapped here. The puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. Let me describe it for you. Let me tell you all about what is over there. Alright. Should I just tell him how to solve it? I mean, I want to just describe. No, that isn't possibly enough. I need to actually be there. I cannot simply be told what it is. I must see it myself. I must escape this prison. There must be an ending. Okay. Why'd you guys not speak? I don't know. Oh. Hello? Hello, how'd you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? So do you want me to force myself into making a decision? I mean, I don't want these guys to stay here forever. If they want to get out, and the least I can do is I can tell them how to solve the puzzle. But like, what if they're incredible aliens disguised and they'll destroy the world because I let them out of this alternate dimension? And why is this right now making me come up with all these theories? It's giving me no answers. Well, many questions to ask. You know what? We'll be truthful. I feel like that's in my nature right now. No. We actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Nor would I care about that. Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. I don't recall at all. Number 2, I did. It was a strange feeling for me, for sure. Don't think about it too hard. You'll see it again soon. I'll see it again soon. I get to do the same puzzle. Yay! Let's go. At least I know what's going on there.
So we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
The final floor. Just fixing the mic real quick.
It's a lamppost.
It is.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Koda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination.
Right.
Which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Fair enough. Started off with a, like, I guess, stumbled across a feeling and then made a small game about it, and now is expanding on it. This game is connected to, as you walk around, you can leave notes. Oh, okay. All notes you see are left by other players, so it's connected to the internet. That's what I missed. Hello? Oh, alright. Is that true? Let's see. Nice room. Not. Loser. It's another one of those rooms that...
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet.
Yeah.
All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Koda.
No point to
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
Can you guys hear me?
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
Yeah, maybe. Hello.
I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient
Reasonable.
with me. And I cooled off eventually.
Read
Oh,
this.
feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're
Hey.
not doing anything for you. Nothing
place
extra
makes
is
me
going to
sad.
happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Is it? Balls.
But it's ironic, isn't it?
It is.
In playing this game and seeing how alone Koda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Koda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Jesus. I saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be as majestic as that. I never want to see again if nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I'm crying now and I gotta read this. Plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now to do that. I was thinking maybe he was like, I don't know, playtesting and putting himself in the spot of the player. It's like, what would a player think in this exact spot, in this exact moment? Like, what would he think? And that's how he would, you know, shape his future games. But man, how is there wood and grass and concrete here? This is a good question. Alright. Just wild it out there. What the shit is this cavern? It's a great question. Boring. I don't know. I can assure you, guaranteed that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place and the sailors are looking for it. If there's an actual acorn in this level or in this game, it's goated. So for someone to talk with. Aren't we all? I refuse to believe. Butt-ass butt. That's gonna be my new Steam name. I need to go to the freaking bathroom. Recognize me, please. There's so many notes everywhere. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. So there's something. A free t-shirt. Hold on. Need other side. Door, why you so? Door, how open? Open sesame. Makes game, includes door. Cannot open door, thanks. It also feels like I'm looking at Google searches right now. Someday I will meet the person who made this. Will I? I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Some of these are so random, some of these are insane, like that one. New room! It is! And look at that painting. More tots? Endless amount of them? Do you hear the chimes? They keep you going, don't they? I would like very much to be desired. Again, who doesn't? Welcome! Congratulations! I don't really know where to go with this, actually. You can go in there, I think. Don't bother. It's not very crowded here. Well, if you discount the notes, I guess. I want to feel judged. That's where I get off. Can we? We can skip, we can restart, we can go to the options. Interesting. Failed to write anything here. Stop! Turn back! Proceeding further will only result in misery. I'll welcome that misery, man. Take my hand, let's jump together. I can't not jump, okay. Not left up to me. That'd be interesting though. Cabbage shapes our nation. What is this painting? It does not matter if you ever get over there. Maybe not, yeah. Hey, don't talk about me that way. I think this is not going anywhere. Next time I will do better. I need someone to talk to again. He said no. Don't listen to the other notes. Well, I am listening. I am not safe. Here is a mighty painting. Ooh, what is this one? Today I learned you cannot fall off. Yeah. Ethical. I'd be interested to jump down there, even though it looks super creepy. I saw a person walking down there. Now it won't come back. What won't come back? Well done, all of you. Painting. What does it mean? God damn it. Stop faking it. Art. Yep. Simply art. Whoever made this has issues. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Help! I'm trying to speak. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. I'd say to me it looks messy from far away too, but I guess you got a point. It looks way messier here. Way more overwhelming. From up here it just looks like dots. Cabbage chips our nation. We will all die someday. Yep. Quick question. When did you guys realize this? I realized it when I was like 5 or 6 years old kid, and went running to my parents saying, "Oh, we're gonna die one day," and they told me like, "Oh, don't worry, you're just a kid. You got so long." I don't know. It was a surreal moment, a moment I will never ever forget. As a kid, I realized that I was actually going to die. If you have something similar, let me know. I think it's interesting. Stop pretending you are other people. Who are all of you, man? Oh, I missed one over there. Do I go get it? Screw it, I'll go get it. Okay, what did this mighty note say? Very good game, I guess. And I guess it does look a little better from far afar. Far afar. Devil Tower Star. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. That's your comment. Devil Tower Star. Maybe I'll feel real someday. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game over here. Oh man. More room.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Koda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Oh. We come in Reindeer. Oh. What is that? Downward.
In each of his games,
keep digging.
After exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Koda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution. He understands exactly how it works.
There it is.
And so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Right. This is not the reset. This is to move on. Answer, please. Doesn't make sense. Help.
And because there's the start area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
It's not so bad in here. It's dark. It doesn't hurt your eyes as much. There's no going back, by the way, once you're here. Mr. President, how do you leave now? At the end of the game. Oh, okay. Hello? Are you there? Please say something. It can't be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak, 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 speak. Porn stars die
this
too.
one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
What in the hell? What? We're a porn star? I don't know. All these games are like paintings in an art gallery. Except you get to walk around in them. Guess we're heading down to a club. Wait, why is that light there? Oh, hello? Hello?
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway.
Right.
Except, for some reason, Koda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison.
That was a prison,
He's gonna
right?
start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Let's do it. Oh. Okay, Koda. What furniture out to go in the center of the room? Huh. I'm sorry. I gotta go with 3. Oh. Okay, now what about along the wall of the room? Freaking turn this into Minecraft. Not that it matters. This is capitalism, guys. I think we should light this room up a bit. Tesla coils, the skylight. I mean, let's open this baby out right here. Nope. Same thing. And a table. Well, I got a table. Tables were invented in 1935. Pretty sure that's not true. Huh? Huh?
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
It kinda is, yes. Is the copy of the same
So,
thing?
okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
From the well? We go back? Oh. Hello. Please walk forward. No. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. This is a Stanley Parable. This guide will enable you to escape any prison. FBI, close this video right now. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on disable and there's that 3 dots again, dude. What the hell are you? Kota. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Which one? I guess there's only one. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. Okay. Now go to the left side, so if I move it over a little. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your position. What in the... Anything happened? Was there something there? I forgot already. Return. Huh. That was a lot of steps.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Right.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their
Dang.
world. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Koda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Hello? Who's this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the prison.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Koda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
Right.
But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Koda talking to himself.
Yep. I was in the furniture maze. That's where I am right now. I'm so glad to know that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? I guess I'm already forgetting. Really? How long has it been since you got out? Only a few minutes, but somehow it's already fuzzy. Kinda like it never happened. But this is worse. Most desperate thing I've ever been through. How could you possibly forget it? I mean, number 3 is true. When you're in the middle of it. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? Did I get a call now? I think I'm the first to call back. I don't know if I want to say it to him, but then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? Be sincere. To get out of a difficult feeling. Understand your feelings, be sincere. Talk with someone. To me, you should understand how you feel too. What? That will free me? How does that work? Just tell me how you feel. Okay? I feel afraid that nothing will ever change. Go on.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Koda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Oh, hello. I do kind of remember this. I think I might have...
this environment is meant to represent Koda's puzzle.
Watch the video.
2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Huh. Okay. Well, it's around Christmas time right now, so this works out. Oh, there he is again. My buddy. He escaped somehow. He solved the puzzle. Oh, I got the cool music coming in too. Hold on, I'm gonna have to check the entire house. That's just how I work. Jump on the bed. I can't. That's a shame. I get in this door. Look at that. He's actually got an extra good-looking bathroom now. He's stepped his game up for sure with this one. Well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up, though I might be having to clean this entire house by myself. And right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games.
It is.
Including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work. And this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
2 months. And now the amazing loners. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. It's a great looking place. Maybe I should take that back. Well, now, you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Yes, sir. That was fast. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Okay. Buddy. We'll make the beds for you. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely amazing. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a little bit? All the little details matter. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you end up doing this job? Yeah, man, how'd you end up doing this? A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows there? Here? Yeah, I'll do it. I noticed them too when I got in. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Mop that up, yep. Anything for you, buddy. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Sure, I'll try to get by. No. No, it was stupid, sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come to do that? Okay. Well, wash the blood off. Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. We're all human. Sure. But I'm the only one working. My friend. Just thought I would remind you of that. Am I talking to myself again? Oh, let's clean that up right there. And there's still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom. If so, you put them back on the shelf? Would you do that? Oh, look at that. Perfect, that's what I was gonna say. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Are all the houses this easy? Well, do these ever end? Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have to absolutely you gotta own it. You gotta own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you?
I know that Koda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy. all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his
Too
face.
happy? That doesn't sound reassuring. But I like that. I like that message a lot. Yeah, own the job you're doing or it owns you. That is very true. Looks like the tub has gotten rather dirty. We'll do it again, and we'll do it with a smile on our face. Hope you join me soon, though. Not in the tub, just in a cleaning at all. Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. Oh, but there's a bit of truth in it, no? Dot, dot, dot. Anyway, so, housekeeping. More of it. Let's keep doing it. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch again?
I'm glad he found some peace.
Yeah, we can't have those folks, man. Question?
But, of course, it can't last.
No!
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's
what
time
the
to leave.
hell?
The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Stay alive? Do I die if I stay in the dark place? I want to go there now.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
Yes, sir.
I really thought that was the point of it.
I don't know. Items you love at
This one gets
members
a bit
only
goofy.
prices. Why'd you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationship more meaningful? No. You came here to be perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am right now. What do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. What is his name? Pirate? So I'll put his picture over here. Okay, I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. Easy. Being perfect is effortless. It does get a little goofy, don't it? This is the key.
You play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are.
Yep.
Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Nice, let's go. Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Being alone must be helpful, still love you. Just so you make me feel so cold on the inside. I can see it. Huh. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. I've been doing it wrong too then, huh? Yeah, drinking is not hurting my... I'm saying number one. Is it getting bigger? Ew. I'm developing a cyst. Gross. You understand that you won't be happy until you love me. This is for you. Seek out the only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? God. Shut the hell up. Say number one. Just kidding. Anyone want to do some... Hold on, my brother. There's no truth. There is no path. This is like what I want. Okay. What if I'm not a good teacher? Holy shit. You guys Something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. I'm just gonna keep on, continue the charade. I don't care. Nothing, no one. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you. Everyone, run! Run for your lives.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
You were there the whole time?
Assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Interesting. Stage.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Koda to make.
I recognize
it was 4
these.
months between this and the last one.
4 months.
That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this.
These are new.
It's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
So it is after midnight here, so I'm a little sleepy. Look at all this. He did put in the work again with the graphics. I'm on a stage! Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. Why is there no one else? In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you start out leaning against this wall. Meeting of... okay. Good. Stay right there. This woman across the room, in this chair, is a professional photographer of animals. It is your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello? Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Here are all my life story. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of this conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Boing. Ah, okay. I guess we'll say you must have worked really hard to get where you are. She's wise. She's successful. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get an opportunity like this again. Well, what's going on, Mr. Director? I'll try something. Try stepping back from the stage. That's gonna be a long step. Wherever you are. You sure? What if I do this? What if I just do this? I can't do it. Alright. Oh, we got the light again. Never mind. I don't care anymore. This is the only light I want to look for. Just keep on going. Way. Okay. I do like the silence. Oh wow, okay. Okay, yes. Now this is working.
Ends with this
is what it was like.
Of what's going to happen next in Koda's life. The solution to social anxiety.
That's perfect. Wonderful. This is really wonderful.
And having to chase success. The answer for Koda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Koda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person. to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Koda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Mobius Strip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. In a world where assassins were against Templars, there was but one hero. And since this is an Assassin's Creed game, he was extremely generic, had no life, had no soul. Can I walk? Oh. Am I seeing things get bright? I died?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise.
Oh,
And
shit.
there is a solution, by the way.
Oh, shit. It's the door again. We're in Star Trek. SS Whisper, blind engineer. I am blind. Just like I was when I closed my eyes, huh? Yes, you're gonna be killed by that giant door. All right, let's try to actually solve it this time. What's going on? Can't die like this. I can't die like this. Don't know yet. I'm trying to. The 3 dots again. Just hide in the 3 dots. Oh, maybe that door. Please tell me. Please, please, please. Whoa. Oh, that's freaking fast. Okay. Hold on. I think we got this. I can't see anything. All I can. This is the lights. My work is always fun. That isn't truthful at all. Why'd I even say that? I didn't read that I was supposed to be honest. Okay. Something truthful. Something truthful. We can do it. Okay, I keep making these. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned.
Draining me.
First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being
Figure out how to
outlet
say
for
the
it.
thing.
Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Koda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
December 2010. Hello? Hello. Look at that. Ooh. How do you even think of this, dude? Did Koda ever do TCB or any of the sort? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I have nothing left to give to my work. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Wait. You're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped. I can take you to it, but there's a problem.
Featured Koda talking explicitly about his
It's a difficult puzzle.
frustrations. This one turns it up to 11.
Alright, we'll
Put yourself
solve
in
the
my
puzzle.
shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression.
I pressed 3.
And yet still he keeps making games.
Oh,
He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
come along, I'll show it to you. Show me the puzzle.
From my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him,
Wow.
this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own
What do you
little bubble,
think?
just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet. And so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Well, open the door first. There you go. Now. Close this bitch. It's looking a little less dark here. I'll press the switch here. Beautiful. That was so simple.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
These are just some worlds on walls. That's me. You'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that the game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Alright. Making games is effortless. Way. Hey, I recognize this and it stopped. Hello. Is anyone there to see it? That feels wonderful. Wait, why did the walls just crumble? Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. I'm constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
I
was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so
just never stop creating and you'll never feel bad.
Video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much
None of
joy
this is
out of
helping.
seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and
Since
frustrated
you have to
like
trust
this,
me. I promise
was
this
the
will
worst
work.
thing for me.
Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100% of the time.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything.
There's no shame,
I had never
no
felt
fear.
so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Koda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
What was the ending again? When in 2011? The machine. Koda, don't do something stupid. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be brutal. Very good. Just be warned that some call the press So we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. Calls itself Koda. Oh my. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me. It's rotten, that door. Koda!
And of course, it's the machine.
Koda was the machine all along? You stopped? How dare you? You stopped feeding us. Wow. How can you... apologize to them. I don't know. I don't know. I am being brutal. Nothing? Alright then. I will speak to them for you. The press? What? My friends. What's the difference, you know? I have a troubling revelation. Revelation. Doesn't matter. The machine will not apologize to us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us pay it retribution. Follow me. We will destroy the machine. Ooh. You guys are gonna follow me now? Uh-oh. I don't like this stage. Oh, shit. This is back? From all the way? Am I not Koda? What's going on?
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
I know. I just don't wanna. Eh? I don't know, bro. Just start shooting, I guess. Isn't that what you're scared of? Exposed to the view of others every day forever? Seen in naked clarity.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
What?
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Koda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
What? No, let's not destroy this room. I like this room. Guess, our hands are tied at this point. Oh shit!
So I started showing Koda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
They genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Koda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Koda's.
Okay.
This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Koda ever made.
Shit.
So let's take a look.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. The tower. All right. It's classic Koda design.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Koda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
The hell did he even find this? Okay, I know the doo-doo effect, but don't go crashing me now. All these spotlights. I don't even know why.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Right. Oh god, okay,
Except
fuck.
that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable.
It is, a red light, not a fan.
Not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Yeah, it does.
But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Do that. Look at that good old fucking nut texture. I'm not doing that, man. I didn't like that. Not gonna mess around in it. Wonder if someone actually tried to finish.
And to be fair,
Nice.
it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable.
Yeah.
Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate.
Right.
What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
I don't know. Life's fucking painful. It's a
The
minefield.
only way past this challenge
You try to
is
go forward
randomly
anyways.
guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me because it's the opposite of everything else that Koda has made.
Yeah.
It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
I don't know.
I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
This feels like I don't know, like in a YouTube sense, I guess you make all these fucking videos And it's just chance. It's just random guessing. You throw your shit out there and see what happens. You could apply this to life as well. You just do the things that you think are right, but who the fuck knows? You're just guessing. This number wasn't down here. You're just guessing forever. And if you're lucky, you'll be right, but the chances of that is super low. Is that the message? I don't know. Like the narrator says, I guess there is no clear message in this one. But it does something that all of the good, every single one of Koda's game does, and like it presents you with something, but it's so abstract, but it's interesting enough to think about it. And I am making all the questions in my mind and the theories, and you are, and we're almost doing his, maybe not even his job, but like we're doing the job of entertaining ourselves.
The switch to open this door is
keeping
actually
ourselves
on
intrigued.
the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side.
Yeah.
So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first two challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Koda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
Come on, Koda.
I feel like a
Throw us a
failure, I
bone.
guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Or we just climb
Was
in
I
the
a
tower.
failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution.
No,
But I
no.
feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is.
I'm fucking scared.
It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend.
Right.
I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
Yeah,
And he wouldn't.
does he know himself? Have you ever asked that? Because I doubt he does either. Maybe he just feels all of this, and
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
when I said I was effing scared earlier, I'd say I'm anxious more than scared. I've not had a game
Where did I screw up?
make me this anxious in a long while. Maybe the last time was Stanley Parable.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
He's the one with the lamppost?
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally don't have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, shit. You better have a switch there. Fuck.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
All right. That was something.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
I'm trying to understand, but not sure I get it quite yet, not completely. So I'm just waiting for more information at this point. Oh, there's a train.
Solution.
Whoa, Jesus. What a transition. Solution? So, Koda's content made you feel bitter about yourself? You forgot about the void?
If someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. He wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed.
Right, yeah.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Come on, man. Don't get depressed yourself, or I don't know if you're depressed now. This whole story is making me doubt myself. I'm also...
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Why? Like, it's human. It's understandable. I could do the same thing that you did. You watching right now, you would do it too. Why not? Like, you could totally see yourself doing it anyways.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
No validation. Nobody says a thing about anything you do. Nobody compliments you on anything, saying, oh, you worked out, you look good. Oh, that video was awesome. Oh, that, if you're a game developer, you know, that level was great, whatever. You just exist.
What now?
I mean, it's things that I've thought about too.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do.
Come on.
I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just gonna... Okay.
You're back? Don't worry about it. Let's finish the story together. Back to something looking like the first map. But the dust from CS. I was gonna say CSGO, but the first Counter-Strike. You gone, Mr. Narrator? Because I definitely need you to explain to me what this is. Oh my god, my head. It's fucking fried. Still hung up on that. No validation. No. You just, yeah. You do your shit. You can just carry on. Wouldn't it feel so goddamn lonely? Wouldn't you want some of it at the end? Someone to tell you that, like he said, like the narrator said, like you're a good person or you did something. You did well at something, and even if it's not good. Anything? The whistle machine. It's my favorite. Does any of it fucking matter, you know? In the end, does any of it fucking matter? Is that what we're gonna be hit with? Another view of space? 'Cause here we are. Let's see what happens. Oh shit, we're going up. Oh. What the hell? Oh man, I don't know what's going on right now. What the fuck does this mean? God damn it.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles, and you're so tired.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
I know that you're strong.
Besides saying that the last time I felt this profoundly about playing a video game was probably when I played Stanley Parable. It went so far beyond your normal experience. Not many games ever replicated it, besides this one. And this is even more confusing than Stanley Parable, so that's saying something. Let me go back to the original video of Pirate Software, the video that inspired me to do this video in the first place.
I'm a dev, but I'm struggling to find motivation to build something, anything, even work. Can you please share a bit of motivational wisdom? Yes, I have something for you. And this is going to feel like a cop-out, but it's not. If you are ever struggling with motivation and you're in a position in which you are doing creative works, I want you to play this game. Seems a little bit, silly, like, oh, play a game? Yeah, how's that going to help me? Play this game. This game is about a story about what it means for a community or a person to consume the content of someone who creates. And it is incredibly good.
See, this guy's... he's perfection. I don't know how he does it with every single one of his shorts. He teaches me something, or he says something that I... Oh, that's a raw review screen. Hold on. There we are. He teaches me something that I think, or have myself saying like, oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty good. And I completely agree with that. So what does it mean to consume someone's content? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like an idiot right now. I feel like I'm missing a very obvious point, or maybe not. I'm definitely going to be checking out all the theory videos. Like, this was supposed to motivate me and you. Well, did it? What did you take from this? To me, just, I don't know. When I watch someone's video, I'm just thinking about videos because, I'm taking on in the context of myself right now. I'm doing something for YouTube. Or I play somebody else's game to escape, right? To escape, whether it's, well, I got a job, I got to go to school, I got to do this and that. I'm socially anxious as hell. It's hard for me to speak to anybody. I'm introverted. I'm, like I said, just scared. I got to face those fears sometimes. I got to be very uncomfortable, but I have to love it at the same time. And I don't know if I can ever do it. And so watching these videos really just make me forget about these thoughts. Watching these videos makes me avoid questions like, hey, why I woke up today? Okay, what's the reason? What's a good reason to get out of bed today? Watching somebody else's creation makes me feel that way. When it's a small YouTuber and I see him growing bigger and bigger, maybe it's a small indie, pro wrestler. He goes to the big leagues, to the WWE. I can say like, oh, I followed this guy when he was in the beginning of his career. Now he's here. I feel like I'm partly responsible for his success when all I did was just watch his stuff. Whether it's YouTube, whether it's wrestling. Maybe I paid for a show and he got some extra money from now, but to make myself feel better, is that the point that we're supposed to make? Is that what's supposed to motivate us? I'm left with more questions than anything else. Should that be what motivates me? That there are other people out there, many, many millions, billions of them, that are in the same shitty situation when we're speaking mentally. And my content, if they're good, if they're well made, can make them escape that reality for a second and make them smile, make them have fun, make them forget for a second. Make them feel maybe mad, angry, happy, maybe sad, but make them forget, focus away from those feelings. At the end of the day, make him feel good, make him feel sad. I don't know. What the fuck is this, Mr. Pirate Software? You told me that this would make me inspired? I do YouTube videos. I'm in the field of marketing, so plenty of creative stuff there. I'm confused. I want my money back from the short I watched. I don't know. You guys help me out in the comments. I hope the beginner's guide motivated you more than it motivated me. Yeah, that's all I'll say. And I'll see you on the next one. Oh, just side note, I just want to include this part as well. Hold on. I was just gonna comment on this. Says an interesting review this guy does. Nothing against him, like nothing negative. Just wanted to say, he says yada yada yada. It's too open-ended, which I can agree with. Like it's very abstract. But at the end he says, I believe that games should be fun. And I was just gonna type as one of the comment. There you go. I don't even know. I just thought I'd do it. Would I consider this fun? No. It's definitely something that gets you to think. And I think anything that does that, whether it's a game, whether it's fun or not, doesn't matter. It's done something special. It could have been a children's book that did that. It'd still be special. And I don't think the fact that this is a game changes anything. But yeah, I definitely need to do a lot more reading and try to see what I can make of this. All right, I'll see you on the next one now. For sure, for real this time.